Elsa that was chronicling Elsa trying to launch an espresso brand. And again, if anyone tried this while it was available, like let us know how it was. I've spoken a little bit about like the pause / cancellation of Miami after season 3. We learned in Not All Diamonds and Rose that a big part of the reason the show was canceled was because of the reunions and like the way that the women were taking things so incredibly personally. Like they had a hard time distinguishing what was reality television and what was real life reality. And Andy also said after the passing of Elsa that her passing was in part like some small reason that they were willing to put the show on pause. Like Elsa was such a character. I feel like she also very clearly loved being on reality television. Marisol had said that she and her mother loved doing the show together. All of these old photos I'm sharing also are courtesy of Elsa, like on the Bravo website. She did not like shy away from being part of that world. I feel like the character of Elsa can also be further appreciated if you're thinking about like what Housewives was at the time across all franchises. Families were a much bigger part of an individual woman's story. Like in title cards, you know, like the kids used to be playing above the names. Parents, I feel like every once in a while we got like just a really good parent that the audience loved. Elsa had these one-liners, like she was so funny. She was also just incredibly blunt, and every once in a while she said something that like just didn't make sense and like everyone just went with it. 2021, like a year and a half or so after Elsa's passing, Marisol held an auction for a lot of items that she had acquired. This was just like incredible jewelry. There was some costume pieces, brooches, stuff like that. And Marisol says in a couple of articles announcing the auction that she was keeping a few pieces. And we see this on the show. Every once in a while she'll like pull out a piece of jewelry and say like this was my mom's. And I shared on Marisol's biography video from yesterday that her house had just been put up for sale. We saw this house quite a bit on the show, like they taped a lot on it. Marisol listed this herself. It did sell in June. Also, despite her passing, despite her like obviously not being on the show anymore, I feel like we do hear a lot about Elsa. Like the fans talk a lot about Elsa still. She was such a great character, not just that she herself presented well, but she did a lot, I think, for the dynamic. And again, just like in validating Miami in the same context of other Housewives franchises where we were getting to know someone like really deeply, getting to know their family. She was very much larger than life. The people loved her. And it really does feel like Marisol has so actively spoken about both of her parents since. Like she said something about how she believes her parents had some sort of hand in bringing her to her current husband, Steve. Spiritual, funny, like Elsa was just such a force.